Hi, Adela. Wow. This has to be one of your projects. I can see this.
Oh, yeah, this is one of our clients' projects. I
Okay.
think we completed it 9 years ago.
Oh, 9 years ago, and
Yeah.
still looks so well aged. Shall we?
Anyway, yeah,
Come.
let's go. When we were designing this house, the plot is quite tight and actually the road a little bit narrow. So actually the frontage of the houses were quite close together. So we wanted to offer the clients more privacy and also some sun shading because it was quite exposed. 9 years ago, there were not many houses that were built yet. So we came up with this idea of creating this veil or a mashrabiyah around the first floor where all the kind of private domains were.
I love how this entrance door feels sort of inverted inside. It gives that perspective, like a very grand foyer.
Yeah, yeah. Or the kind of prelude to the foyer. Here we have like a double height space and the house is almost like proportionately elevated much higher from the ground floor because we wanted to achieve the ceiling height on the ground floor. So the kind of structure is actually quite honest. It reflects the kind of height that you get on the ground floor, and that allows a kind of like filtered natural light into the foyer space beyond as well. This is the double volume space that creates this kind of like entry sequence because actually the site is quite tight. So the main entrance door is visible from outside, but we didn't want, the entry to be so kind of abrupt, as in, wanted to create a kind of like intermediate space before you see the rest of the house. Hence this kind of vestibule where, if you go right, it's more like, there's a grand piano and a family living area. And to the left is the kind of more formal living zone. So this is like the formal living, the dining, and the kind of dry kitchen and the entertainment area with the pool and all that.
I like how this formal living feels like. It's sort of like tucked outside the house. It's quite surrounded by green. And then you have a great view of the swimming pool.
Yep.
I think this space feels very formal yet very informal.
Yes.
Very nice cocoon around greens.
Yeah. We wanted it to be surrounded by green. So as you can see, the landscaping sort of wraps around this corner. And, all the kind of off-form concrete columns are, filled with glazing in between, all openable windows. So, on a cool day, you can just sort of air the space out. And the pool beyond, these doors actually open out completely to the pool deck.
Yep.
Here, a bit of the water and the birds. So it gives it a slightly casual edge, the openness of it, yeah.
A lot of our viewers always have this perception that, when you use cement, it's always easier because you save on paint and stuff like that. But I think maybe we'll leave the expert to explain how complex installing aluminium glass frames on top of this fair face concrete.
It relies a lot on the accuracy of the casting work. So we have to work very closely with the builder to ensure that the formwork is accurately set up. Because once it's poured and you remove the formwork, you can't rectify it anymore.
Yeah.
So accuracy in construction is
You
important.
take a lot more effort in project managing it to make sure things are well done properly, executed properly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
Let's check out the swimming pool.
Okay.
Really intrigued. Wow, this space is so open.
Yeah.
I can feel the breeze. What material is this inside the swimming pool?
Yeah, it's actually pebble wash. So we wanted a seamless material palette. So you see, material-wise, it looks quite rough on the outside with a kind of more brutalist looking form concrete. So we wanted to emulate the feeling of going into like an oyster shell. So when you enter the house, it's like light and polished. Hence, we chose this kind of polished terrazzo for the interior floor finish.
Yeah. And then so you see that continuation from that terrazzo polished concrete going out to the pebble wash and then down to the swimming pool.
Yeah.
So seamless. But pebble wash, it doesn't really crack, is it?
Well, this one actually hasn't cracked very much actually. There's only very fine hairline cracks in the terrazzo. So the pebble wash has been pretty okay. Yeah, it's very well laid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like how the the wheel sort of comes out a bit, so you get to enjoy it from the inside and the outside.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't enclose the entire facades. It only encloses the front facade because that's when you want maximum privacy from the street. But on the left and the right side, it's modulated to follow the window openings of the individual bedrooms, and the family area and all that. So at least there's some direct views offered as well from within.
I think one of the best interpretation of the architecture is how we blur the lines between the indoor and the outdoors. So like the feature wall here where you have the precast concrete, you have the facade sharing the same feature wall and the interior as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a crafted building, I would say.
Yep.
Even the patterns of the off-form concrete were also kind of varied from wall to wall. Yeah.
What about this area here?
This actually was intended as, a kind of multi-purpose space. It could be like a yoga deck. I think at one point, the client used this as a kind of exercise station. Or you can put like some seats to, have a private coffee with a friend, gossip corner.
Okay, with a great view.
Yeah. And there's a little changing room. Right. Yeah. So
great.
Yeah.
Okay, it feels like a pool house, this area.
Yeah.
Guest room.
Yeah, it's like an open pavilion. Yeah.
All right, let's check out the interior. So this one, the dry kitchen island, with the what's this?
This
Cubby
is the
hole. Not
proper.
really cubby hole. What do you
Yeah, it's like an opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
like
window into the kitchen.
Coffee for two, please.
This is like a kitchen countertop. It's actually quite accessible, and I think it could be a base for entertaining, for laying out food.
Yes.
And when you stand here, you kind of like feel like you're the master of the house,
Master.
and you have a vantage point over everything that's happening in the house, the kitchen, the pool, the living area. So, it's very compact, but it's like,
Like you were saying.
It's a good hosting.
Yeah, you can prep things, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, so
You get a glimpse of a very nice kitchen here.
this is like the engine proper. This is like the working kitchen. The client wanted like a more patterny tile, so we selected this encaustic tiles. She chose this ceramic splashback, stained veneer.
Yeah.
So it's still quite light, but it has a kind of smart navy kind of base.
It's really like a very well planned floor plan.
Yes, yeah, it's quite efficient. So
Outlet.
you have like a really nice, generous island worktop.
Yes.
Yeah, enough space for appliances.
Even the sink is huge.
Yeah, so you
and
have like
adjustable
triangle going.
ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Built-in water filter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect kitchen, the dream kitchen.
Yes, the kitchen was quite important
Yeah.
for the client as well.
For
Yeah.
most, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Bathrooms and kitchens.
Where's the bathroom down here? There's a powder, is it?
There is a powder here, but it's also shared with the guest bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually this house is fully wheelchair accessible on the ground floor. So, if anyone's in a wheelchair, they can access the guest bedroom without any barriers. Yeah.
Okay. Very well
Yeah.
thought of. Yeah, I see even this area here, you have a living hall with a bit of a garden outside.
Yes, clients have added some seats there, which makes sense. So this was like a small little play area for, the boys to kind of kick around
their
a
balls,
ball,
I know they love football.
Yeah, and on a nice day like this, you can open it up as well.
Sitting here and enjoy the architecture facade.
Yeah, and the trees have grown quite well. So actually there's pretty good shade here as well. Parts of the veil, as it were, the screen, kind of like projects downwards to offer a little bit of privacy and how do you call it? Like a backing for the internal space as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, you can see parts of the screen from within on the ground floor as well.
On the upstairs, on a
Yeah.
heavy afternoon sun, I think this is something most viewers would actually learn from, is by creating this facade treatment away from the house itself, the heat doesn't penetrate into the house. It doesn't heat the internal part of the house.
Yeah,
So there's a
especially the
buffer.
glass.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
In the tropics, we don't want any sunlight to directly hit glazing because then you get the greenhouse effect, you know, heating up the interior spaces. Yeah. Shall we go upstairs?
Yeah, let's go.
So anyway, this is the entrance to the staircase. We have like a pocket sliding door for extra security. So this can be shut at night.
Okay. Fun.
This is just a store underneath the staircase. And as you can see, the terrazzo actually wraps up to form the stair treads.
Okay. As we are going up, I think this is something I need to compliment. This is one of Studio Bikin's best craftsmanship. I would say all the steelworks you guys do. This one was designed by you as well?
Yeah.
So you
I
can
mean,
see.
it's simple, the detail, but we kind of like have two levels of the balustrade.
Yep.
Because their kids were quite young.
Oh,
So
okay.
one was catered to the younger kids, and the other one is
Oh, so that's why 2 layers.
yes.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
two
okay.
levels. Yeah.
Yeah. As I was coming in the entrance, I saw the console, and I swear I knew that was a Studio Bikin product. Right? There was a
Yes.
yeah,
the
yeah,
console table is from Kedai Bikin. Yes.
Ah,
our
yes,
sister company.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Yeah, one of our pieces.
even the previous product, they sound like well also. There are a lot of steel works that you can tell it's from Kedai Bikin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. His light fitting was also from Kedai Bikin. Okay, so this is the first floor. This is like a family living area.
Very high volume. Nice.
Yes. So this ceiling reflects like the roof angle.
Other truss. Okay.
And there's actually a vent right at the apex of the roof to allow hot air out.
Okay.
It's because it's kind of like a double roof.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 3 children's bedrooms are here. And there's a bit of a balcony here with a view. So this is like more of a private family area, and the master bedroom is there.
Oh, this one. Yeah. Right. Let's check out the master room.
Okay.
Wow, 2 doors.
Yeah.
Wow. Another lobby.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a vestibule. It's more like a master suite. So to the right is the bedroom and a private study. To the left is the dressing and the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We can check out the bedroom first.
So it's very simple. The bedroom has a TV wall, and behind the TV wall we have a study desk, and that opens up to a bit of a balcony ledge. This has a full kind of like a screen coverage. This can take plants and all that. So here you can see various different materials coming together. We have like the teak herringbone floor, the off-form concrete shell that actually, this is the same texture that goes all the way down to the entrance foyer.
Okay. It's the same wall.
Yeah, the same wall and the same texture. You have wainscoting because it's more of a bedroom interior, so it needed to be a little bit more refined and crafted. Before, when we first handed over the project, these trees were not fully grown yet.
Yeah.
So you could actually see
The neighbor's
the neighbor's facade. But now you have this layering going on, which is actually really nice because the trees have actually grown 2 stories high. So you have this kind of green screen beyond the kind of concrete screen. So at least, even if you didn't have plants here, you have that kind of cooling effect of greenery beyond.
and that green
and the
silhouette.
privacy.
Yeah. It's very, very nice. Yeah. I think this is what makes the house glow differently throughout the day.
Yeah, and actually if you pop out here, this overlooks the entrance vestibule.
Lobby, yes. That's
So that void actually goes all the way up here. This is the wardrobe area. So actually the bath, Yeah, it's not too big. I think the scale of it is just nice, you know, because you come in and there's the WC area and there's just enough space for 2 sinks and a bath, and then the showers on the other side. And we wanted to introduce a more luxurious material into the master bath. So going back to the whole idea of having this austere-like interior, we chose this Carrara marble because it's of its lightness. And also because the grey veins actually, you know, went really well with the concrete. But the trims along the side, they wanted something with a bit more grip.
Yep, tactile.
So a bit more tactile. So we actually laid this, you know, porcelain tiles in a herringbone fashion, you know, on the floor and the walls. So there's kind of like a palette of 3 materials coming together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I noticed about the house that really glows for me in terms of not just the architecture is the space planning. Like the dining, the dry kitchen, and how the entrance when you come in, it sort of extends its visual impact all the way to the exterior. There's no wall dividing here. There's glass all the way.
Yep.
So that's why you don't really feel like the house is between 2 walls. And then as we're seated here, we get to see what's inside, we get to feel the outside. I think that's what glows to me.
Yeah, I mean the space planning actually is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. But you know, everything kind of like locks in with each other for this house in particular. So we're quite glad that, you know, it took quite a while to get the space planning right in that sense, but I'm glad it worked out in the end.
So thank you so much, Adela, for your time. I think we really learned a lot from this fruitful experience of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
No, thank you for, you know, featuring it. Yeah, it's been like 9 years since we built it, like time flies. But it's really lovely to revisit as well and go through it with you.
So if there's any other questions that you guys may want to learn from this project or learn from Studio Bikin, pop your comments on the comments column below and we can try to reply and try to learn something together, right? All right, thank you. Bye-bye.